Naam, shukrani. Kwa majina ninaitwa Benedict Kibuto, wasilisho Civil Society. Na sisi ndio host kwa siku ya leo kwa hii mambo na CSO Devolution Conference. Tumekutana kwa siku ya leo kama CSOs from different counties, actually all over the country, just to discuss and deliberate upon the gains of devolution, look into the challenges, and then share our recommendations. So we here today is a team from different counties, just trying to emphasize on the devolution gains, being the 8th edition, actually 10 years from the implementation of devolution. And what we are saying is that there's lots of challenges that we've seen, and we are trying to share our recommendations with the national government and our county government so that we can see into it that they are given the first priority towards the achievement of service delivery in our nation.
Thank you. My name is Ivan Skibet, the convener for the Kenya Devolution CSO Working Group. This is an umbrella body, as has been mentioned, that brings together the civil society organizations from across the country in monitoring implementation of devolution and holding the government to account. As we know, the devolution conference is just a few hours from now. And I think the big question that citizens are asking themselves is, have we realized the devolution dream? And that is exactly what we want to galvanize, the voice of citizens, to speak to the gains and the challenges of devolution. It must be remembered that when we passed this constitution, there are few things we wanted, a number of critical things that we wanted devolution to address. One of them was effective service delivery, accessible services which are responsive to the needs of citizens. The other was to see public participation, citizens being at the center of all governance, development, and political processes that happens at the county and even at the national level. It must also be remembered that devolution was to create an opportunity for marginalized and vulnerable groups to participate in decision making. Today as we speak, we must say that there is mixed feeling among the citizens. Even a survey that we will release the report shortly is that citizens are not really impressed with the quality of services offered by county governments. And a further look into it shows that the main challenge is resources. We gave ourselves a constitution that designated functions between national and county government. Schedule 4 gives specific functions to county government, key among them being health services. I don't know how, if the Kenyan citizenry understand, or even the stakeholders understand the importance and the critical part the health sector plays in our development. There is water access. Citizens across the country are expecting counties to deliver water in a distance that they can access and in good quality. There is ECD and vocational training. Remember, ECD is a foundation for education, and we have assigned this in our constitution to the county government. But looking into resources that are available to deliver these services, county governments are struggling, and this is observable in the persistent cry of shortage of drugs, inadequate personnel, and other equipment that are requisite for effective delivery of services. So what we are recommending strongly is that we need to rethink this devolution, how we are implementing it. At the very core, costing of functions need to take place to inform transfer of resources from the national treasury to the county government, such that the county are given commensurate resources that will enable them deliver services effectively. We are also alive to the fact that counties have been receiving resources very late in the day, and they engage citizens to share their aspirations during public participation. And citizens are almost giving up. Why should we go for public participation? Yet there are programs that we have been looking forward to. We wanted water closer to our doors, but they put in place plans and budgets which are never implemented. One of the reasons for slow implementation of budget is late disbursement of monies to counties in a manner that affects implementation. At the same time, we are not also blind to the fact that there is a level of corruption and misuse of resources and wastage at the county level. As civil society, we are saying we need to step up we are challenging ourselves, we step up our game in terms of oversight and partner with oversight institutions such as the EACC, the County Assembly, and the National Assembly, and even Senate, to ensure that resources are utilized in a manner that addresses the most basic needs. I think that's what I can say.
Thank you. My name is Mike Omboro. I'm from Kiambu County, from an organization called Bunge Mashinani, and I'm also representing the Central Region Economic Bloc. So we are here in Eldoret for the Devolution Conference, and one of the main factors why everyone is here, whether it's the media, whether it's government, whether it's the private sector, whether it is the CSOs, we are all here for one common purpose: to make sure that we give our contribution to the development of devolution or improvement of devolution. And this has been occasioned by the sorry state of devolution in this country. The drafters of the Constitution in 2010 had envisioned that once we have devolved power and devolved resources to the counties, then we would get development from all the corners of the country. And the citizens were put right at the center of that process through public participation. But our observation as the CSO, we have realized that public participation in this country, which is a legal process, has just been a tick the box exercise. Ni mambo tu ya kuhakikisha tu watu wameingia kwa ukumbi, wanaongea, wanakunywa chai, alafu kila mtu anaenda zake na hakuna kitu inafuatiliwa. Kwa hivyo sasa, kama civil society, tumesema ya kwamba ndio kukuwe na public participation ambayo ni effective, lazima kukuwe na very good civic education. Wananchi lazima wasomeshwe na waelimishwe, wajue ya muhimu kwao ni nini. Ni wao wako na jukumu ya kuhakikisha ya kwamba wameenda hizi public participation, wanaenda na memorandum zao ama barua zao ambazo zimeandikwa na inapokelewa pale, wanasema katika ward yetu ama katika sub county yetu, haya ndiyo mambo ambayo ni ya muhimu kwetu katika devolution. Na baada ya hiyo wanaenda kwa budget ambazo zinatolewa kila wakati na zinawekwa kwa mtandao, wanaangalia kama hizo mambo zimewekwa kwa budget na zimewezwa kutimizwa, ndio waweze kuenjoy hizo services. Na kwa hivyo recommendation ya kwanza ambayo tunapatia waheshimiwa magavana na pia rais ni ya kwamba katika county government tunasema 2% ya budgets zinafaa kwenda kwa civic education, na 2% ni kwa kila shilingi moja. Tukifanya mambo hizo zingine, shilingi 2 zinaenda kuelimisha wananchi. Na tunasema hivi kwa nini? Kwa sababu hawa wananchi wakiwa na maarifa na wakielewa hizi processes za serikali, ndio wataweza kukuja kwa public participation na waweze kuleta zile mambo ambazo wangeweza kutaka. Lakini bila hiyo civic education, itakuwa tu wanaenda hapo, hawajui wanaongelea mambo ya nini, hawajui national functions, hawajui county functions, na inakuwa sasa hiyo public participation haina maana. Kwa hivyo hiyo ni moja hapo ambayo hoja tutapeleka kwa devolution conference, ndio tuhakikishe ya kwamba wananchi wetu wanaweza kuelimishwa. Asante sana.
Yes, I'm Samuel Sikawa. I represent, I am also a member from the Kenya Devolution CSOs working group representing NAKEB. NAKEB is Kajiado, Narok Kajiado Economic Bloc. My colleagues have talked about a number of issues, and I want to look at 2 issues only. Number one, there are functions that have not been devolved from the national government, and we are now 10 years since devolution starts. So you find that this one is hampering service delivery to the citizens of this country. And we want this one at this point, because this is a time to reflect on where we are and actually get feedback. So the citizens, as citizens, we are saying today in this in Eldoret, we want all these functions to be devolved immediately. This one goes alongside with the issues on affirmative actions. You find that affirmative action in the Constitution was supposed to take only 20 years. And it's about that time, if there is 10 years that have gone down the line, And the only time we realized this money on affirmative action was only once. So we really feel that this one is a loss, and this is the time that the government and this devolution should look at it very seriously. If you look at the counties also, there are some functions in the counties that have not been implemented. Other counties have done, and others have not. And citizens are asking in the neighboring counties, what is wrong? You can find the implementation of, from the admins, there are people who have not known what we call a county admin. And it is a function that was supposed to go all the way to the village. So if the village, the most important part of devolution, have not gotten the person who was supposed to really look at issues, so that one is also a loss. That is why we are asking. It is important at this time so that CSOs, a percentage be there, so that it will be used in actually civil and public participation, and people will be able to articulate issues they are seeing. In fact, in the last commune of the devolution conference, there was issues on environment. And environment, as we know today, is a very important component. And as we speak from the CSOs across the country, there is nothing dramatic that has been realized so far. Actually, we are looking forward for them today to make a resolution on that, because we really want this thing to have been done so that the issues on environment are really taken seriously. Thank you.
I would like to say two things. I'm Jacob Mungumi from Southeastern Economic Bloc, ile kaunti za Ukambani, Machakos na Kitui. Ningependa kusema mambo mawili. Ni kwamba kaunti zetu ziko na wafanyikazi wengi sana. Tunataka wapewe performance contracting, which will entail them to be able to know their roles, duties and terms of reference. We even have ghost workers. We even have CECs who are not qualified. So we would like to have a uniform appointments across all the counties, and also to be able to ensure that there is reporting and audit of the workforce at the county level, because we have so many workers, even some are idle, some are on the payroll and they're not even working, so we don't know what they are doing really. We need that audit so that counties can have a uniform employment scheme in this country. We also want to have the youth and the women and people with disability being given more chances in employment. So we're urging the Public Service Commission of Kenya to ensure that counties have performance contracting systems which are efficient and which are workable. Asante. Thank you.